Can I really reason with you Xianzhou people?
Oh boy.
I think I get it now. In your words, this is called looting a burning house, right?
But I am trying to reason with you here.
Is that the girl we were just flirting with? I'm pretty sure it is. We've got another robo dude. Rumaton. Just love running around with boothill. Just fun time. Oh, that's what it's supposed to look like. Now that it's up and firing. Oh, left the safe zone. Let's get back in here. Alright. It's enough looking around. Enjoying the beautiful scenery. Let's go help our baby girl out. I'm here to save you, baby girl.
Toxic voice sounds familiar. Haven't I heard it before in Acheron Alley?
That toxic voice, damn. A sneeze is coming to attack me!
You know what? This isn't my first time dealing with the Skyfaring Commission. I can handle your unreasonable ways.
Scott with 2 T's and a K. Have not seen it spelled that way before.
But straight up snatching IPC cargo, isn't that going a bit too far?
Just as I've said it.
Those glasses remind me of the 3 blind mice from Shrek.
Once we've inspected the cargo and completed the security check, you can be on your way. Is there something wrong with your ears, or is it just your brain?
I feel like we're getting aggressive now.
I'm hearing you loud and clear. I'm thinking clear. And my answer is crystal clear. Not a chance. Keep detaining my cargo and I'll file a complaint directly with your general.
We know Scott. Oh. Okay. I don't really remember Scott, but we know him, apparently.
I was going to ask you the same thing. Why do I keep running into you?
Make it sound like it's a bad thing. I'm a beautiful young lady. How could you be angry about this?
You're staying on the Xianzhou, are you? What terrible luck. Wherever you go, disasters aren't far behind.
Now that I can agree with you, my good sir. Unfortunately, that is the case. Glad we're getting to know this everywhere.
Aren't you the guest from the Astral Express? What brings you and Yanqing to the Artisanship Commission?
Me and you were just flirting a few moments ago. After all that tirading, there needs to be an option to ask him. So, are you sure? I'm actually kind of surprised there's not, with how they get cheeky with some of these for me. I heard you're in trouble. I heard you're in trouble, my baby girl.
No, it's me. I'm the one in trouble.
Scott, you're never in trouble.
Looks like you've met this IPC worker before. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. I was sent here to deal with the IPC protest, Miss Shikui.
Shikui. Makes a lot more sense to pronounce like that.
As you know, this IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borisin and rescued by the Juming's diplomatic ship. Then the Cloud Knights were instructed to bring it back to the dock for repairs and inspections. And this is Mr. Scott, the person in charge of this transport ship.
So, you're Scott. I've heard her mention you. Weren't you kicked off the Lafu before? Why did you come back?
I'm really trying to remember Scott, and clearly remembering things is not a strong suit today in any form, but I do not remember Scott.
Like I wanted to come back. I thought I'd just dock at the harbor for repairs and leave this forsaken place for good. Little did I know, as soon as the ship entered the harbor, a bunch of Cloud Knights showed up and snatched all our cargo from the hold.
What do you mean by snatched? I've told you 1,000,000 times. It's a security check.
Then why did you bring the cargo to the Artisanship Commission? You even brought in some shady craftsmen. It's obvious you're trying to steal the IPC's patented technology.
I mean, if it's patented, wouldn't it be protected anyway?
Listen here. Firstly, the Skyfaring Commission detected dangerous items that could possibly be weapons in your cargo hold. That's why they called me here, to double check. Secondly, where the heck did you get the idea that I'm a shady craftsman?
Even if there are dangerous items, what do they have to do with you? It's not even being shipped to the Lafu. We'll just fix the ship and be on our way. We won't unload our cargo here.
But you'll have to stay in the port for several days before your ship is repaired and you can take off again. How can we just leave unchecked items sitting here?
I understand, but we don't need to disassemble the cargo if it's just a security check, right?
In most cases, we don't. However, our scans discovered that the cargo doesn't only contain machinery, but also some substance that resembles biological tissue.
Nani?
Biological tissue? Does this crate contain living things?
I'm afraid we'll need to wait for the Alchemy Commission for further confirmation. In any case, according to our regulations, we need to unseal one of the crates for further examination. But this IPC specialist has been hindering us on the grounds of patent secrecy.
The Alliance's regulations on biological products are very strict. Without further inspection, there is no way for the Skyfaring Commission to release the cargo.
Oh, really? Fine. If anyone lays a finger on that shipment, they'll have me to deal with. It doesn't matter if it's mechanical or biological. It's none of your business. I'm filing a complaint against the Skyfaring Commission's ridiculous regulations.
I'm gonna be honest, Scott. I don't think anyone is that afraid of you, specifically.
This Mr. Scott seems stubborn and difficult to persuade. Honestly, I really don't want to have a vicious confrontation with the IPC.
Alright, am I unable to use my clocky powers outside of Penacony? It wouldn't surprise me. I don't... They probably said, didn't they, that like I can't do it or something? But, you know, change people's emotions. I'm an expert negotiator, though. Leave it to me.
I heard how you helped O'Malley. The IPC representative back then was Mr. Scott, right? Since you've dealt with him before, it looks like I'll have to rely on you again.
I'm just like General Kenobi, the negotiator.
What are you guys whispering about over there? Just hurry up and give us back our cargo.
I don't like the way you're talking to me, Scott. You better watch yourself. Better check yourself, Scotty boy. You're a tall fellow, Scott, but not quite that tall. Oh, it's one of these debate things again. I forgot about these. If your morale is higher than or equal to your opponent's, it's considered a successful negotiation. Okay. Either drops to 0, it ends. Negotiation choices will lead to different outcomes, which can increase or decrease your morale. I thought so. Got it. During negotiation turn, you can use negotiation strategies to apply various negotiation techniques to help you succeed. Here you can view your opponent's information if you're unsure what to choose. Press to view. It's time to
As I recall,
duel.
this guy won't listen to reason and can only be persuaded with intimidation. But he does seem to follow rules to some extent. Let's use that against him.
Huh, I have to intimidate Scott.
Speaking of regulations, we have our own laws and regulations too. According to Article 4 of the Cienjo Alliance IPC Trade Consensus, the Alliance and IPC shall never infringe on each other's intellectual property rights.
Make proposals from the legal perspective, making him feel uncomfortable. Identity to intimidate him. Remind him of his embarrassing past. Let's... I know it says you gotta intimidate him. But he does abide by the rules somewhat. I feel like it's either intimidation or legal perspective. And here we have abide by the rules highlighted. Picks on the weak but fears the powerful. They really make Scott out to be the worst possible person that you could be. Abide by the rules is lit up, so let's go from the legal
The
perspective.
Alliance can sign a non-disclosure agreement with you. That way, you won't have to worry about any infringements, right?
Damn, he wasn't expecting me to pull out that non-disclosure agreement, the NDA. And with NDA,
We can sign a mutually acceptable non-disclosure agreement in accordance with the IPC's rules.
what do you say about that, Scott?
Well, that makes sense, but how can we trust you to honor the terms? Even if we set aside the secrecy of intellectual property, these prototypes built by the Intelligentsia Guild are incredibly valuable, beyond your wildest imagination. If anything goes wrong, you won't be able to pay for it even with your life.
I know, my boy Dr. Ratio. Dr. Horatio. Is this just gonna say abide by the rules every time? Just skip the reasoning part and resort to good old violence. I do enjoy some violence. Sure, him you'll proceed with caution. Pay you compensation you wish. Violence.
I've got a brilliant idea. I'll just smash everything with my bat, and then you can hire someone to assess the damage. That way, your cargo won't need any inspection, right?
Calm down. The General wants us to handle this peacefully.
Didn't hurt Scott there.
So, this is the great idea you came up with? Fine. Why don't you just step over my lifeless body?
He doesn't seem like intimidation's really getting to him. I'm gonna be honest here. We said he's afraid of those stronger than him, and now he's really...
Besides, the cargo on this transport vessel belongs to the Intelligentsia Guild. If you want to inspect the cargo, shouldn't you at least call in a member of the Intelligentsia Guild to be present?
Show him your extensive connections. It's time to escalate the issue. I know that didn't work out last time. IPC regulations. Let me pull up my negotiation strategy. Double the results for this round. Oh god. I don't know if I want to double the... I'm not seeing a clear... Screw it. We ball.
Your logic is too confusing for anyone to follow. Maybe you should learn the art of communication from a monkey before you continue spouting nonsense.
Send it over my dead body, just kill him. That's true. Now we've told him to learn the art of communication from a monkey. Got it. He abides by rules, but like... Which rules? Let's... Like, obviously that's the key. I know that. But, like, which set of rules? This is the confusing part. My extensive connections? I don't know if he'll care. He might know people. Escalating? I just told him I'd smash everything with my bat and kill him, potentially, and he didn't seem to care. Let's just go with the connections.
Pretty tight with Dr. Ratio from the Intelligentsia Guild.
I don't think that's true. We just lied out of our ass right there on that.
Practically a member of the Intelligentsia Guild too?
What's all this nonsense? Even if you were married to him, you still couldn't represent the Intelligentsia
Ah, shit, we're
Guild.
losing this badly.
We both need to follow the regulations, because that's how the IPC and the Cienjo operate, right? As an IPC worker,
Yeah, shit,
I have to
fumbled the
abide by
bag.
its regulations. If I make an exception and allow you to inspect the cargo, it'll spell disaster for me.
Ah, boy. Can I go back?
Huh? Could you repeat that? I didn't quite hear you.
Oh, boy.
According to the principle
Okay,
of territoriality,
that was the right one.
Since your vessel is stranded on the Cienjo,
I thought that might be the right one, but
Skyfaring
like...
Commission has the right to inspect it.
Indeed. According to Article 27 of the
We really have written up legal code for...
private goods upon entering the port.
I like the story building. We're writing up legal code for these worlds.
Failure to submit to such inspection shall be deemed equivalent to the possession of unlawful items and shall be subject to legal ramifications.
See, the best we can do now, though, is tie Scott.
Huh? My synesthesia beacon must not be working, because I have no idea what you just said.
Simply put, if you insist on hindering the inspection, we'll have to treat the cargo as unlawful items and confiscate it.
Confiscate it? How can you Cienjo people be so unreasonable?
If this were pure point, and incoming cargo posed a safety risk, the IPC would take it in for containment and disposal, correct?
That's true. But the IPC sometimes makes exceptions. For example, they've always given special terms to Xianzhou vessels. We both need to follow the regulations, because that's how the IPC and the Xianzhou operate, right? As an IPC worker, I have to abide by its regulations. If I make an exception and allow you to inspect the cargo, it'll spell...
Alright, you already said that. Try to bribe him. Talk about his unpromising career prospects. Swallow your we're not begging him. That's never happening.
Everyone has their own set of rules.
Now we've tied.
Now that you're
How the
on
hell does
their
this
turf,
work out?
shouldn't you
I've really
follow
fumbled the
their
bag with
rules
this
too?
one. I shouldn't have gone for broke and then said me and Dr. Ratio are best friends.
Yeah, I get it. I know I'm on the Xianzhou, but if I violate the IPC regulations, I'll be in deep trouble when I get back.
That's a win for me. All right, let's go.
Well, you guys sure know how to argue your case.
I really fumbled right there, but
Fine. I'll allow you to do the security inspection. It's just that, I need some time to sort things out. This is a big deal. Let me talk to headquarters first.
master negotiator indeed.
So, Mr. Scott, are you just stalling for time and planning to leave the Xianzhou as soon as your ship is repaired? To avoid the Skyfaring Commission's inspection?
Well, IPC staff are free to come and go, as long as they don't break any laws.
Or you?
You've got some insight there. Who are you again?
Is it her again? Oh, no.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lingsha, Cauldron Master and head of the Alchemy Commission on the Lawfu.
Is that your skin, or is that like That's gotta be her skin, right? She looks like she's got scales going on.
Could she be?
She also a dragon person? I'm forgetting what they're called.
Yeah, she's
Once
the new
again,
Cauldron Master
forgetting
assigned
everything.
From the Xianzhou Jumin.
She's got pointy ears.
I received a report from the Artisanship Commission about cargo containing samples of unknown organisms. It said they needed help from the Alchemy Commission. I had nothing better to do, so I came myself.
She's kind of cool.
It's fine, Mr. Scott. If you really don't want your cargo to be inspected, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter? How can you say that?
Why are you being so nice all of a sudden? Well, since you're not going to check it, I'll take this crate and be on my way. Is that...
Yeah.
Oh,
sure.
I skipped Scott's.
Why should I object?
I skipped Scott's
Not only
talk.
this sample, but
Oh,
all the
no.
goods on the
I'm sorry,
transport ship are
Scott.
yours to keep. Like I said, we won't inspect them.
She's already inspected it or something.
Wait a minute!
No.
Well, that's more like it. If only the young displayed a more reasonable attitude, we could have sidestepped that altercation just now.
You are lucky, Scott. I could have threatened you. I gave me the option to bring up your awful career prospects. I could have made you feel awful out here.
Our ship will
I just
leave in a
don't think
few
that would have
days
won the
once the engines are
negotiation.
repaired.
Your ship can leave whenever you want, but I'm afraid I can't say the same for your cargo.
Ah, there we go. Huh?
According to the import and export regulations signed between the Xianzhou and IPC, all biological shipments can only leave the port when they have confirmed to be of no threat, or when all biological activity expires.
Oh shit, Scott. She got you now.
Since we can't determine if your shipment is safe for the environment, I guess we'll have to wait for its biological activity to expire. Let me check the previous cases.
What, it's like 300 years?
Normally, it'll only take around 47 star calendar years.
Ah, 47 years. Scott, apparently Scott's got awful career prospects anyway, so I'm sure Scott will be fine.
Only 47 years?
Why so surprised? You're still young and full of energy. I'm pretty sure you'll live a few more decades. Have some confidence in yourself.
Ha! Typical of a long-life species. Your words are dripping with sarcasm. While you may not care about time, I do. I'll be demanding double compensation from the Skyfaring Commission for every minute wasted.
Sure thing, Mr. Scott. You seem pretty confident that your career and life will last long enough to witness this victory unfold.
Oh, wow. All right.
Step aside, guys. Let them do the inspection.
But, Mr. Scott...
Come on, we're already in enough trouble. Just let them do the security inspection. And if needed, I can always grovel before the Intelligentsia Guild later. I'm just using my head for what it's apparently good for, right? Well, honestly, at least you're not as annoying as that woman.
Ah, a win for me.
Just get on with the inspection. Don't act all chummy with me now that you've got your way.
We know we're tight, Scott, me and you.
This lady is really something else.
I feel like she just brought up a different piece. Oh, what the hell is that?
Is this the IPC product?
Listen up. Any damages caused by inspections will be filed with the IPC.
Oh dear. Are we gonna fight it? That seems like a big laser. And we are fighting it. Terror Grip, oh boy. When an ally is inflicted with Terror Grip, attacking the caster of Terror Grip once can dispel Terror Grip. When Terror Grip ends, if the caster of Terror Grip is not attacked to dispel Terror Grip, then the effective ally will fall into the terrified state and be unable to perform actions. So it's kind of like, what's his butt? When he,
will be swept away by the wind.
Svarog, when he hits you with the hand.
Unexpected. That was a surprise.
Yeah, shoot.
The dice have bust.
I'm,
Maybe I'll take it off.
I'm unable to apply my physical weakness to him. Well, at least I'll have him target me, I suppose.
Watch your head.
There's more to life. Existence is unity. You'll pay for this.
All you stands. Those with the most gun. Those who did the
Boom!
There's always a weakness. Lend me your strength.
Bring it on.
See you, Robo-Man. Bye-bye!
Were you seriously planning to leave this stuff unchecked at the dock for days? That's way too dangerous.
What biological parts were in that?
I had no idea about it. You must have accidentally triggered the cargo's defense program.
I don't think trying to shift the blame is a wise choice.
But seriously, I don't know why that thing suddenly started moving. I swear on the Amber Lord.
I think Scott's about to break down.
Enough. Miss Shikwe, please escort our IPC guest to the Skyfaring Commission.
I'm on it. Please follow me, Mr. Scott.
Done messed up, Mr. Scott.
Gentlemen, our preliminary inspection shows that there is indeed hidden biological tissues inside.
It looks like a giant robot to me, to be honest.
I can't even tell if it's ingenium or biological in nature.
The core of this device is what they call wetware in industry slang. To put it simply, this machine operates with a kind of biological nerve as its control center.
Okay, I see now. March always seems so afraid.
Samples for the alchemist to analyze and figure out where the biological tissue comes from.
Why would the Intelligentsia Guild use such unethical technology? Perhaps they're trying to create a new weapon?
It looks exactly like that from the giant laser beam it was about to shoot. I would say yes, weapon.
Whatever the reason is, it's probably why the Borison attacked the ship. No wonder the IPC were trying to obstruct our inspection. I'll contact the Ten Lords Commission and ask the judges to come and give their final verdict on this. According to our rules, all prisoners and weapons involving dangerous creatures must be taken to the shackling prison
boy.
for further sentencing. After all, it's the safest place on the Wafu.
Scott's going to jail.
As for you, Mr. Craftsman, please go with the Cloud Knights and explain the situation to the judge.
We also haven't met all the judges, have we? We know Hua Hua.
I had a feeling that the IPC members would cause trouble, but I didn't think they'd be this tricky. Thanks for your help, Miss Linksha.
I should thank you for saving my life. Your sword skills were impressive. Taking down that big guy.
Oh, what do you mean that was my boothill gunslinging? I feel like if you were to take away that black sash she has, she'd have quite a crazy looking outfit on.
I thought the general's retainers were all burly martial masters. I didn't expect Yenqing to be so...
Ooh, March. March, you might be in trouble. Let's stir the pot.
Can't argue with that.
Wow, she just called him cute.
As for you, you must be the guests from the Astral Express, right? Saving the Lafu from that crisis. It's so impressive.
It wasn't a big deal. Really.
Yeah, we just got that dog in us.
It's still early, so why don't we get some tea at the Alchemy Commission? We can discuss your suggestions for revitalizing the commission.
I didn't know I had suggestions for such a thing.
I'd be happy to accept your invitation.
And you three are coming too, right?
Seems like it. Seems like it.